Welcome to Soul Trek. This episode, Gratitude Wants to Give. Well, pretty obviously this is being recorded outside of St. Paul's church, but it also is being recorded in the aftermath of Hurricane Fiona. So if there's some background noise, there's some people working on the roof over here, that's just the way it is in Charlottetown right now. There's an awful lot of chainsaws and generators and workers and traffic and all sorts of things going on in the aftermath of Fiona. So if I get interrupted, I get interrupted. I'll do my best to get through this as quickly as possible. A number of years ago, I was involved in this prayer group, and one of the things we were doing was analyzing various kinds of similes and metaphors and those sorts of things, and common sayings. And one of the common sayings that we were talking about was the calm after the storm. And for most of us that were in the group, we found that to be a rather comforting kind of thing. The storm had passed, we survived, and that sort of thing. But there's one person in our group who grew up on a farm, and he said the day after a storm is the day of reckoning, in a sense. It's the day when you go around and try to figure out what the damage is, what the work's going to be for the next week or so as you repair things, or you're looking at livestock or whatever other damage there might be. So he didn't actually see the day after a storm as being a positive kind of image for him. But that's where we are in Charlottetown right now. That's what's going on. We're assessing things, we're looking at the damage, we're doing what we can to repair things and restore things, and all that kind of work is going on. And I guess I have a greater appreciation for the point of view of that person now than I did before. The day after was a day when you kind of looked around and wept a little bit at all of the destruction that you saw and thought about all the work that was ahead, not only for yourself but for your neighbors as well. Just before Fiona hit, I was at a meeting, and the person who was leading the first part of the meeting was opened with prayer, and he said something that was really interesting. He was talking about gratitude wants to give, and I think that that's true. If you think about a toddler and the games that toddlers play, sometimes they'll play a game where they give you something, and you are so excited to receive it, and they get that affirmation, and then whatever it is they just gave you, they take back from you, not because they want it back, but because they want to give it back to you again. They want to have that experience of giving, because it's euphoric for them, and I think it's euphoric for all of us. Giving feels good. So on the one hand, it feels good to have people to reach out to you and give you something, and you feel good about having received something, but there's something even better about giving, and that sense of satisfaction, that sense of joy that comes from giving. So on Sunday morning, it's going to be Thanksgiving, and it's going to be difficult, given all the destruction that Fiona caused, for us to really capture that normal sense of the harvest Thanksgiving, where we're thankful for apples, and probably most of the apple orchards in the path of Fiona have closed. They're not going to be opening up again. They'd be too dangerous, I imagine, in most of them. So, the things that we normally give thanks for at Thanksgiving, just the harvest and whatever, it might be a little bit more difficult this year. But I think that it's not just about being thankful for the things that we have. And I think we can find the strength and energy and purpose in all of that. It's also about recognizing that we have things that we can give to others, that there is truly an element of gratitude that causes us to want to give. And that satisfaction that comes from doing that is perhaps enough. But that whole idea that our thankfulness, our gratitude, forces something deep inside of us to want to give to others. And so that's going to be one of the things that I think we celebrate this Sunday at St. Paul's Church, is that gratitude wants to give, that in our thankfulness we're still going to find the energy and the purpose to gift others as well, and continue to do so, not just on the Harvest Thanksgiving, but throughout the year. That, I hope, is a hopeful message that comes this week's Soul Trek, to recognize the benefit to the soul, to the benefit of who we are, to acknowledge and act on the fact that our gratitude wants to give. Thank you.